ELD with Brainstorm MTG back with some legacy action. Battlegrounds Abington. Battleground been a near game store for a number of years. Sites of my way back in the day. Eric, tremendous stuff. Really been focused on creating a comfortable, inviting environment. No exception to it. No problem. Around 40 players that we have. Here we actually have Cow on Death and Taxes. Recognize our Scholars stream. That digital life total out here. Add some odd fetch. And a Ponder. So very common opening, so not familiar with Legacy. Tries to see the amount of deck manipulation setup. Really makes it a format. Cards with not getting there. I'll look back. Not going to have that problem at all. Is on Death and Taxes. Whatever comes on top of the deck, exception to that, Trigger of the Guard. Great addition. And a powerful effect for taxes down from the full plate deck was running when the card was printed at first. Now they're typically running 2, maybe 3 copies. That does give you more access to single close board, and it has a nice little added benefit allowing you to flicker with really assemble a team. Very little resource. Of course, every one of the threats and death and taxes better by equipment that talking about Batter Skull, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Uma's importance in post matchup. Sword of Fire and Ice default go-to card. That's going to allow for additional card advantage, a little bit of board control, and it really makes every single that you draw a legitimate. A lot of the newer players, Death and Taxes, they'll go straight for Batter Skull, having been beaten by that card many possible options. But in Death and Taxes, very often the quality of all of your creatures, seeing as you are playing in a 1/1 form of Recruiter of the Guard, Stoneforge Mystics really are fairly underwhelming board presence, but put a sword on them are much better. Of course, both in the pure and versus decks like Elver, Pyromancer. A lot of very powerful things Death and Taxes can creature based. Of course, it is largely defenseless when fighting on. That's why you have that 4 of Thalia trying to slow down powerful decks like Storm. Certainly not Death and Taxes. Playing the Death and Taxes mirror, that can be quite a grind. It was actually pretty brisk pace as well. That grind. Odd fetching again. One of the other strengths of Death and Taxes is that rock solid mana base. You have a ton of basic play. Not particularly worried about Blood Moon. Blood Moon does slow down 4 mana denial, comprised of Wasteland, Schadenport. Schadenport just announced as Masters 25. Go ahead and let value of the card will enter. Printed as a rare is going to take a huge chunk. my view, out of the value of that card, which is worth of $100 for was a full really raucous card in Death and Taxes. Also, opened now because of lottery again. Todd resolving that brainstorm like during the upkeep down one of those. It is a decision. He hasn't seen a whole lot here. Looks like a Grixis deck for could be Delver, check pile, could even be Storm so far from what we've seen. Mana base really not much information. A Gataxian. Happily showing the hand there, not much to taunts. May have been worthwhile to get a Thalia in there at the beginning of the turn. Probe much less exciting. Cards like Brainstorm, Gataxian, Ponder, so much worse. Not even in the looking at cards like Impulse that barely see play in the occasionally the Singleton kind of the card like Firemind's Sight out of the sideboard have a 2-drop somewhere. It is really so much work. Part of the reason behind that in terms of magic creation, the player who makes the best use often find themselves in the best position. One way that is making have enough 1-mana spells fill in those. What better than that? Cards that are allow you to draw more cards. Brainstorm, Axiom, Roman, really smooth stuff out. Tremendous amount of. Looks like that Rashad and Port tapping down, keeping Todd off of the red, and finally we're going to see this Thalia. Another reprint coming out, Masters. Todd fetching again. Panic Island there. So he will have access to red. Second Volcanic definitely indicates some type of Grixis Delver or check pile. On a strategy note, the fact that he was getting cool lands does push you toward that analysis. Storm lists typically are going to be able to grab basic lands, whereas the Delver list, any basic, they are so pushed to the 3, sometimes 4 colors, with Deathrite Shaman, of course, the consistency of fetches, all of those tie it all together. Card. Looks like Anna Gataxian 10. Either probe or perhaps a discard spell. It does look like probe, and it is. Discard not particularly amazing against Death and Taxes. There are a few cards that you'd be happy to duress. Batterskull probably primary one is that one really creeps fire and ice at them. Have a one turn up by play really well together in that way. Once one's active on board, equipment fetched by additional stone forges kind of jump in right away. Technical bits there, as I mentioned, setup, trying out kind of what we can do on the road, equipment as possible. Like Todd, gonna bolt the Thalia. So a Godden port, bolting Thalia in response. That may or may not have been a little premature. Bit of a game of chicken that could have happened there. Todd could have let Cow tap down two of his loaded mana for. Might have been able to get an extra mana out of that. That is a tough call. Of course, Cow doesn't tap it. I do like both lands off of both. And a bad land. That, I believe, creates a little bit of a. Definitely Grixis. May not have any. Bolt on second Thalia. So Thalia is not sticking around here. Really too bad there, especially with a Karakas on. Karakas, one of the expensive cards in the deck for keeping Thalia alive. That and Mother of Ruin. A lot of work. Those are Tavern of similar. Texture again. Tavern. Not a human. Activate. And Batterskull. Like no Batterskull. Tough to handle with burn. Tough to handle when it's out for 5 mana. Of course, Batterskull's other ability back into your card. Really difficult to down that Batterskull. During Todd's end step, we can expect Batterskull to get returned if that Germ token is handled. Cast again. Godden ports, tying up Cow's mana base. Hell is pretty coming purpose. Costing 5 to does create some blowouts. Plenty of up the Batterskull. Tempo just devastating. Ball therapy from Todd here. Has seen the hand. List. This doesn't really have any exciting target. Cow can mana, pretty much it. Got an 8. Flicker with started. Or perhaps fairly certain Todd hit something. Bolt. Ball therapy hit Hogan's. That is a hugely destroying an artifact. Cow discard a card. Huge swing for Todd there. Excellent job getting a Batter Skull off of the board. Not a lot of artifact destruction in the format. Hogan's probably the best one. Out of sideboard, we do see a break quite a bit now. Hogan's so versatile. Quality of the card that Cow discarded that command off 2 damage to the Flicker Wisp and destroying the artifact. Out in that he had that. Bolt able to kill Mirren. Hogan very relevant. Turn Crusade in a lot of ways is like thing that is certain decks, especially when all are full of spells that have black or red mana. Some cards like Abrupt Decay, Hogan's really think of as black. Well, Mirror Crusader does. Really doesn't want anything to do with that. Fire and Ice there. Doesn't have protection. Light. At that point. Cards like Thought Not. Cow. Tapping. Not a great spot. Building his mana. Not a lot of fireworks. Cow is tapping the vial during the step. Trying to draw a reaction. Passing back, so Todd and Port's attempting to restrict Todd's mana base, but I mean, he does have so much mana here. Is the red mana that Cow's going after? Fired off a promo waste. Him to Torah. Cow, no cards and draws 1 for Port after that red mana. Fetch land. Todd needs red, likely able to get it here. Now we have Recruiter of the Guard. They actually see some shenanigans. File here. Perhaps has some type of Monty activate. Flicker out. Fruiter of the Guard, another flip, actually assemble pretty reasonable clock here, and what has been an extremely grind. Death and Taxes happy that type of matchup where they get into a full slog. Mana base, any right color mana archetype that's his old magic, it's slightly power level. Mother of Ruin, that could be a problem. But answer that, fetching again. Fruiter of the Guard and fetching. And he does have more access to red mana, Badlands. Gonna go ahead and 5 mana Force of Will. Generally feel totally fine with that as an aggro component is 5 mana. Of course, would have been more welcome on the board. There's Young Pyromancer. So we see what the red is for here. This card threatens to go very wide. Fruiter of the Guard. Phasing out, coming back during Todd's end step. And a real decision here. Actually go get more Flicker Wisps. That train going. Or you can actually grab Stone Thalia. I mean, there's a lot of options. Were I in Cow shoes, probably grab Stone. That was G. Grab Sanctum. Found another very good one. Islet 3. Gonna make it so Todd can't non-creature spell. That is gonna severely hinder the ability to hide with your Pyromancer. All those Brainstorm, Thoughtseize, Probes. I mean, there's a lot of non-creature spells in that deck, which is about to be Grixis. Actually, going to stuff. Plowshares first as the answer for Pyromancer. Go ahead and see, having emptied his 1 mana 4 here. That's going to do it for Todd. 1 mana spells in hand. It did not look like a comeback was possible. There for that is the game 1. Todd swing, trying plenty of time, but hopefully 3. During the break, always like this time it is Battleground. Abington did a tremendous job with this. Really had a lot of fun. A lot of faces from Old Guard guys that I way back in the day. 1000 and Master never really quit Magic. Sideboard. I think well configured fight against Light and Shadow. Definitely Exploration, Death and Taxes. Card really gives the deck and recurring very potent threats. Board base. God has access to some of the best black cards. Cards like Fatal Push are Lightning Bolt, Holgan's can have a lot of spot removal. Caracas, Violet, the problem card, how fast really be completely dedicated artifact. Cards like Ingot Shoot, Shattering, not really as popular. Omnipresent artifact men are similar decks to the workshop. That here fire off into game. Getting something here to calc out. Passing. Live stream. Mobile setup. Very portable. Timer going. May have been pretty close to the players. Prompt to life count. Try and keep up with the life total. Word state life total. Very often don't matter, but on the flip side of that, because kind enough breaks on the Aether Vial. Dodge counter magic. More than double his and reprinted a bunch of times. Is played as a full most decks, multiple forms. Island, odd, followed by another bloodstained. Odd, considering his options here. Aether Vial does form of pressure on him, that he is going to need to build a board presence and start moving forward on his game plan. Back on counter magic, and here he's careful, fall behind the board. Equipment start giving Cow's creatures edge in battle. It's hard to pull you back in. Cards like Vermag, Larger, board, and hopefully as early as possible. Passes Cow going up on one for turn two, often very important for establish advantage and add to the is going to go past Thalia. May indicate that Cow has another Thalia. That is one of the kind of important tricks of Death and Tax. Value Thalia. Extra Thalias in your find a way to trade those for counter spells or discard spells. Really any type of way that you can actually trade it effectively with your opponent's cards, you're generally, especially with Brilliant Thalia, Focus, you're going to want one that actually eventually, other one, if you can, like Gataxian, you're going to have to pay 2 life probe. See a hand of Caracas, Swords to Plowshares, another Thalia as guest, a Mother of Ruin, and Rest in Peace. Gonna be able to shut off Deathrite Shaman, but we haven't seen Vermag Angler. Definitely a possible card to work out here. Flashback Cabal Therapy with Young Pyromancer. One of the powerful interactions in the deck, though, not as threatening versus Death and Taxes as it is versus decks that play more on the stack and care more about hand size. Death and Taxes would actually rather have a 0 hand size if possible. That meant that they'd be threats on the board. Getting your down, pro life creatures, so and bagging extra creatures, not huge exciting. Odd gonna go ahead and fetch again. Hard to see Thalia beats here unless he can actually bolt it or somehow get it off the board. That Caracas is really gonna make sure that not this Thalia, the next Thalia. This one's essentially not even worth trying to kill, given that the other one a ball therapy, so very good here. That will get rid of other Thalia or the rest in peace. Let's see what he takes. There's the Mother of Runes. One count. So at this point, we're pretty much playing with Thalia in play for the rest of the game. Looks like Rest in Peace was the card that was taken. Port and Thalia coming in too. Things going according to plan for Death and Taxes here. Very happy to just swing for the next 7 turns. Fine. Doesn't need to be any flashier than that. Unless Todd forces the issue. Just 2 mana to work with. Thalia potentially doubling the cost of most of the spells in his hand, going from 1 to 2 for cards like Axiom, Brainstorm, Ponder. Very punishing. Every turn spent sculpting with cards like Ponder, so much work. 7 turns left. So Pyromancer, excellent draw. And Todd going to be able to play an instant or sorcery to create a token and then flash back with the ball therapy. Cow would be very happy to get that off the board. He does with that Sword Plowshares we saw earlier. Thalia comes in for 2. 2 power gained off of the Swords to Plowshare, so effectively no life total change there. Trying this setup again. Fetch land, building Todd's mana base. Baracus can be tapped once you have Mother of Runes in play. Thalia in. Really defining this mana under. Actually, that looks like it may be a preordain. How it results. Again, not the type of card that you're happy to spend 2 mana on. A top and bottom, so that is in fact preordained. Odd. Really unable to do anything else there. This is exactly what Death and Taxes is for. A grindy game, slowly bleeding out the opponent. I've seen a board Mirroring Crusader. There's a Forge, I believe. Surgery, Finding. Gets that Sword of Fire and Ice. A nice additional layer of protection for Thalia. And he would be able to activate Stoneforge and equip it. He does actually have the promo. That's going to significantly stop the turning Thalia into 6 stand, all the way up to 6 return clock compared to a 7 turn. Things are getting very serious. Question: Cao is comfortable keeping that Rishadan Port out of action for a turn. I would be happy to make that trade if he is as well. Going up to 3 on the Aether Vial. A Wasteland. Punishing. Grabbing that Volcanic Island. Really going after Todd's mana base here, and he is going to take it slow. Schadenport, along with Thalia, playing very conservatively here. I do believe that may be the stronger line here, a turn clock either way. Taking mana disruption over the course of that. Now, passing on that card and extra damage. Card that he would have gotten off Fire and Ice. Here he's going to activate Forge Mystic in response, Ball Therapy. Have to sort of Fire and Ice is going to be coming down here. Perhaps a little discussion here. It look like Cao tapped his response therapy. Have a judge call here. So Cabal Therapy, when you name the card, you are locked into it. It's supposed to card until it resolves. That is going to, okay, that did resolve the way that you would expect. You have to be careful playing against them. Ask them what they are named, and the spell is resolving, so you will no longer be able to respond to that. Cao said naming and Fire and Ice, he would not be able to say activate Stoneforge Mystic in Fire and Ice. Here we have Thalia picking up that sword. That's going to be 7 damage coming in. Cao's going to get an extra card off of that. And that should just about all there is. Not a lot of cards to be able to get Todd out of this. Other and Caracas able to play defense. Extremely difficult spot. Even a card like Massacre no longer able to save him. I'm sorry, as Thalia backside now. 3 toughness. Got Rishadan Port tapping down. All of his spells cost 1 more. Unless they are some type of savior creature. That creature would not be able to be red or blue because of Fire and Ice. So no good for Todd. For life. If there's anything, it is hard to imagine a card that could actually get him out of this. I think you'd have to be looking at something like Massacre Ermag. Oh, and he has a Toxic Deluge, one of the only cards that could actually get him out of this. With exactly enough life. What a blowout card. Unbelievable turn here. Deluge paying 3 life. Fantastic. Exactly enough mana. Exactly enough life. Toxic Deluge to the rescue. And Stoneforge Mystic coming down. Has to cast this one. Down to 1 life. So he is not able to pay force of will at this point. There's the Batterskull. We'll also need to hardcast Batterskull if that Stoneforge gets off the board. Looks like it should be able to take it down by itself. Let's see if Todd can out another huge swing here. Looking for fatal push off the top. That fetch land not going to get the job done. Sitting at just one life after that toxic death. Mana for a Bedlam Revel. That is pro red on the other side of the tables. If this can draw him into something. Cards off of the Bedlam Reveler. Todd drawing 6 cards, doing his damnedest to find a way to stay in this game against all odds. Fearing that Thalia that had every measure of protection around her. Another Brainstorm. That is gonna do. As long as Cow remembers that not only is a very efficient threat now, as pro red, that should be well played by both people. Todd, an excellent attempt at a back there with toxic cards in the game. Get him out of that situation. Absolutely a lot of fun to watch. I hope you enjoyed it as well. It's been ELD with Brainstorm MTG. Thanks for watching.